Good afternoon, and welcome to the 35th commencement exercises for Champlain Valley Union High School. The assembly will please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Jason Abbey.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And at this point, the national anthem will be sung by Aaron Leopold.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Jason, and thank you, Aaron. At this time, the welcome will be delivered on behalf of the class of 1999 by Ginger Pearl Irish.
Welcome to the CVU class of 1999 graduation. They gave me 2 minutes. It wasn't a joke, but okay. 2 minutes to sum up 4 years. They say time is relative. Relative to what? For some of us, these 4 years have lasted much too long, and 2 minutes would be plenty of time to make this speech. For others, they have rushed by far too quickly and will be remembered with nostalgic fondness for years to come. However you view these 4 years, the time we have spent here at CVU is a relatively tiny moment when compared to what will be the vast ocean of our lives. Nonetheless, there were moments, mere seconds, that created a small ripple or even a typhoon or hurricane in our calm water. Words of encouragement or a snide comment in the hallway have shaped our experience, and the little things we have said or done to those around us, positive or negative, have helped to mold us into the people we are today and will be in the future. Which relatively tiny moments would you take back? No matter what our regrets or mistakes, the water of life will keep on falling. The ocean of your experience will grow deeper and more vast as time marches on, and you will have new chances to make ripples every day. Now is the time to celebrate the end of one part of our lives, but we must remember that this is also the beginning of the rest of our lives, and it is a perfect time to make new ripples. Thank you.
Thank you, Ginger. The first address on the behalf of the senior class will be delivered by Connor Owen Casey.
Wow, so many people. Hey, everybody. Well, we finally did it. Took a few years, but it was well worth it, don't you think? 50 years from now, I'll be able to sit my grandkids down and tell them about this day. This glorious day. The day we graduated. But more importantly, everybody, the day we got these awesome hats! Woo! Aren't they just like everything you expected them to be? It's like a Frisbee with a dead insect tied to it. I mean, that's what I'm here for, this whole getup. I was always a crusader during the 4 years, but never a caped crusader. So how do you guys feel today? I'm sure a lot of us are relieved to be here in the first place, including me. I was more nervous than a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. You see, senior year didn't demand much homework, but it sure packed on the stress. You know, requirements, grad challenge, SATs, looking for jobs, colleges, whatnot. You know, last week I saw some students racing monster trucks, some playing water polo, and some bobbing apples just to get their sports credit. Now that's a sad state of affairs, because you see me, I earned it. A lot of people don't call dodgeball a real sport. But some of those fourth graders could throw really hard, man. They left me black and blue, but I'll get them back. Folks, we've been through a lot to get these hats. God, I love these hats. We've had to endure long, miserable walks from that church each day from our cars. Yeah. Some mornings I wondered what my own leg would taste like if it looked as though I couldn't make it. Life at CVU can be a struggle, folks. We've had to tiptoe every day past Mr. Greenwald's classroom. I know he's there. The man has like unbelievable hearing. If you like sneeze, he comes out at you all fists and elbows, you know. He's a Green Beret and he's gonna kill me. Anyways, it's not easy. How many times have you guys been kicked out of the library? How many times this week? I stopped counting myself. And God, how many of those stupid student council intercom announcements have we had to sit through? Who's the loser who does those anyways? Like we could really get psyched for a student council bake sale. But anyways, be proud everybody, because you did it. I guess we're gonna have to make something of ourselves now. Make all this hard work pay off. Make money and make opportunities and, you know, the whole 9 yards. Not just give it a whirl, because there's no fooling around now. They say, son, give it the old college try. The old college try. But I think that's kind of a bad saying, because not all of us are going to college, and I don't think a try is the best we can do. A wiser man than I once said, don't try, do or do not. There is no try. And although that man was Yoda from Star Wars, who's not really a man at all, but a small green alien, the guy makes sense. If you want to do something, freaking do it. There's nothing to stop us now. I recently read a story about a young man paralyzed in a motorcycle accident. The reporter asked him if he was sad about not being able to do the things he could have done. The man responded, "Before there were 10,000 things I could do. Now there are 9,000. I could dwell on what I lost, but I prefer to focus on what I have left." After all is said and done, I'm going to miss CVU. How far we've all come, who got us here? Thanks, Mom and Dad. I know you're out there. Last year, I was counting the days until I graduated. But this year, I was counting the days until they threw me out into the real world. The cruel real world. How am I going to eat next year? Do they have callback at college? CVU has been good to us. And despite all the hardships, I wouldn't trade these past 4 years for anything. Today, Heinsberg smells like victory. You guys have come a long way, and I tip my hat to you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Connor. And you do look good in that hat. The second address on behalf of the senior class will be delivered by Jill Elizabeth Bouillet.
Welcome, fellow classmates, the CVU faculty, and family and friends. What is the outcome when you blend 242 knowledgeable, sociable, unique, independent, and feisty individuals? It is the Champlain Valley Union High School class of 1999. As a class thrown together on the first day of school, almost 4 years ago, we became a class that grew and learned together for 4 incredible years. Our accomplishments as a class extend far beyond our ability to put together probably the most organized senior skip day in the history of CVU. Which everyone, even I, took advantage of. For we added to CVU a certain dynamic. Our energy and sense of fun have contributed significantly to the experience of many students and teachers. So even if you try to forget us, it will be nearly impossible. A truly unique opportunity has been granted to the class of 1999, in that the 4 years we have spent together at CVU have been the final 4 years of the 20th century. As we go our separate ways, to college, travel, or to work, we will have the chance to make a powerful first impression on the 21st century because we have youth as a faithful ally. The case was similar for the teenagers of the 1890s, who would eventually lead our country into the 1900s, a time full of change and reformation. Among these teenagers 1 century ago were some of the most influential figures of the 20th century, from whom we still learn today because their impact on society and the world as a whole was phenomenal. Roughly our age in the 1890s was Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, his wife Eleanor Roosevelt, who took enormous strides in gaining human rights for all individuals, Pablo Picasso, one of the greatest painters of all time, and Albert Einstein, a genius scientist whose work with relativity and atomic research is still praised today. These 4 examples of a president, a humanitarian, an artist, and a scientist demonstrate the variety of directions in life which are all available as choices to the members of our class. The possibilities for us today are endless, even more so than they were for the teenagers of the 1890s, because of the incredible growth in technology and society over the past 100 years. Each one of us is now able to contribute to society in our own way. We have the freedom to choose what we would like to learn, who we would like to be, and how we would like to enter the 21st century. If each one of us takes our own leading role and participates in the molding of the 21st century, our impact will be 242 times what we can each do individually. And if the members of the class of 1999 do the same across the nation, we have the potential to change the world extraordinarily. To aid you all in how to start this change, I have come up with a few words of advice of simple things that we can each do that would improve the overall atmosphere of our new environments. During your lives, try new activities, think in different ways, have interesting conversations, smile and laugh, help others out if they're struggling. Always look at the positive aspects of life instead of fretting upon the negatives. Write down important memories and events so you don't forget them when you become older, although that may not seem like a realistic thought right now. Don't let an opportunity as rare as the turn of the century slip by, thinking that it will come around again, because time doesn't repeat itself. And finally, do that in life which you truly desire to do, because your life may be the only thing you own completely outright. Make an attempt at these things, and the quality of your life and the lives of those around you will dramatically improve. If each of the 242 of us make a sincere effort to do so, our impact as a class on the 21st century can and most certainly will be amazing. Thank you, and congratulations to CVU's last class of the century, the class of 1999.
Thank you, Jill. A gift from the senior class will be presented by Tracy Petherbridge and Amy Sioni.
As our time at CVU winds down, all of the memories that we have of our time here come flooding through our minds. It is hard to believe that the times that we have spent in this school, learning, building relationships, supporting our fellow students, laughing, stressing, and smiling, are all coming to an end. It is these memories we have that we are able to carry with us into our next adventures, whatever they may be. But the question which remains is, what can we leave behind in order for our school to retain those memories also? What is it that let the CVU community remember the class of 1999 existed? As a representative of the class of 1999, I think it is safe to say that many of us enjoy the beautiful weather which comes around every so often in Vermont. And we want to be able to cherish these days and enjoy them as much as we can, just as we have the past 4 years of our lives. So the gift that the class of 1999 has decided to give to the school are pieces of lawn furniture, specifically a gazebo and 2 swinging benches. We feel that these students and the staff will be able to use these to enjoy those days that should be cherished in the hearts of every true Vermonter. We figured, what is a better gift to give to our community that has watched us grow for the past 4 years than the comforts of home? For home is what CVU has been to us and will continue to be in our hearts. And while I have this opportunity, I'd like to thank every single one who's in the community and everybody here today and those who could not be here today, because it is you who has made CVU a home to us. And I know that this class of 1999 will go out to make all of you very proud.
The other gift aims to give beyond our immediate community. This year, the class of 1999 has decided to do something different. We are hoping to start a new tradition of giving to others who aren't blessed with the resources that we have. Every other year, the Spanish class travels to Costa Rica, and this year the biology class was also included. While the students were there, they picked up some information about donating money to the Sarapwiki Learning Center. This information was presented to us, and we then decided it would be a nice gesture for the class of 1999 to donate a generous amount to this school. We hope that this can now become a new tradition at CVU, and that each year the graduating class will give some of our abundance to others, an organization, a community, or a school. It is with pleasure that we donate this money to the Sarapwiki Learning Center.
Thank you, Tracy, Amy, and also thank you, the class of 1999, for your gift. At this time, I would like to introduce the people who are on the stage with me. I'd like to present Charles Usher, interim superintendent, and thank him for his work with us this year. He will be moving on. Also seated on the stage are the members of the CVU School Board. To my right, Leslie Boucher, Christopher Dutton, Robert Mason, and in keeping with the school board, Elizabeth Bassett, Elaine Lawrence, Peter Battelle, who is just recovering from surgery, so. Joan Lennis, Dottie Waller, Helen Niedermeyer, who is the advisor for the class of 1999. And we will introduce the last person in just a moment. At this time, I would like to recognize the entire faculty and staff of Champlain Valley Union High School, who's seated to my left, and who has had a large role in getting the students where they are. I would also at this time like to thank those members and teachers, principals, who work in the K-8 buildings throughout the district, because it is clear we could not do our work without the fine work you do. But I would like to thank and recognize the faculty and staff of CVU. We do have a number of faculty members who, one who is retiring with the class of 1999, Tom Hart, who has been with the LIFE program. Is Tom here? And we also have a number of teachers who will be pursuing other opportunities, and I'd like to thank them for their time. They are Bob McLaughlin, Alan Lear, Robert Kunzman, Heidi Bouchard, Joey Solomon, Kate Hodges, and Charlene O'Neill. At this time, I would like to introduce you to the invited guest by the class of 1999 to deliver the commencement address. This is a best-selling, critically acclaimed novelist, Chris Bojoalian. Close enough, Bojoalian.
Thank you, Val, for introducing me, and I want to thank all of you very, very much for inviting me to be with you today. I am indeed honored to be joining you this magnificent afternoon, and graduates, I congratulate every single one of you. As well, I want to congratulate the families and the friends who are gathered here today to cheer you and to support you. I commend you too. You have all done mighty good work to get to this place this afternoon. And I have a promise for all of you seniors. Over the next few minutes, never once will I utter those 5 abominable words, "when I was your age." It was, alas, more years than I care to admit that I accomplished what you have today, though of course my hairline makes it eminently clear that I did indeed graduate in the Mesozoic era. But I will tell you this. It was easier for my generation. In so many ways, it was easier. Oh, sure, we too had the hormonal chaos that you have just endured. Much has changed in the last 2 decades, but for better or worse, not hormones. And we had the very same discussions with our parents about what constituted a reasonable curfew. Personally, I never did understand why Tuesday morning wasn't reasonable on a Friday night. We had the very, very same discussions about cars and music and which movies it was appropriate to see. But much has changed. Much has changed indeed. 20 years ago, there was not the specter of a high-tech world in which all that we knew would be rendered obsolete in years or months. There were no electronic books. There was not even the premise of an electronic book. Obviously, there was no internet, a tool that I surely cherish, but I know is also the greatest single time drain in the history of civilization. And haunted by the specter of Watergate a mere half-decade earlier, the adults around us, our parents, our politicians, our teachers, worked very, very hard to remind us that there was, without question, a Berlin Wall that separated right and wrong, and moral ambiguity worked best between the hard covers of a novel. And though the bricks and mortar world of a high school could be a very tough place, even one in the wonder-bred John Cheever-esque world of suburban New York in which I came of age, it wasn't life-threatening. All of you I know have thought this spring about the horrific, nightmarish, and hideously tragic violence in high schools in Colorado and Arkansas and Georgia. Some of you probably know that the high school to the west that shares the name Rebels with nearby South Burlington High School, as well as South Burlington's blue and gray colors, that high school is, of course, Columbine in Littleton, Colorado. We are indeed linked in more ways than we realize. Certainly violence existed in high schools 20 years ago, but we knew what caused it, at least we thought we did. And the causes were tangible. Poverty, drugs, broken homes. We could rattle them off on our fingers. We could offer the litany with the assuredness of 17-year-old sociologists. It was one-on-one violence, and it was an urban phenomenon. Now, however, something is different because the cause of that violence is less tangible, and the result is the reality that it can happen here. It can happen anywhere. And this is just one more reason why all of you deserve praise. And I don't mean simply because this high school has not had to endure the sort of tragedy that would have made it the lead story in national newspapers or on the cable news for days and days and days. You all deserve praise because you have navigated the cultural landmines, most of which we do not understand ourselves, that we adults have laid before you in movies and on television, in books and music and video games, and you have remained focused. Some of you have seen the movie The Matrix, with its black trench coats and now infamous line of dialogue. We need guns, lots of guns. Some of you have read Stephen King's Rage, which he told a group of Vermont librarians last month that he has now asked his publisher to stop printing and selling. And some of you have listened to Marilyn Manson and watched his videos, and yet you have not lost sight of your goals getting here now. There's a great quote, and though I know the name behind it, I do not know the source, and in fact, I don't know a thing about the person to whom it is attributed, despite profound efforts to learn both. But one fine spring day, not unlike today, some years ago, I saw it outside a church in Barrie, and I used it as one of the 2 epigraphs for my 1997 novel, Midwives. And this is it. We are each of us responsible for the evil we may have prevented. The writer, FYI, was James Martineau. That single line has always held mantra-like power for me, and while it could be viewed as a burden, a debilitatingly high bar over which no mortal could jump, I've never seen it that way. I hope you won't either. Regardless of where you go in this world and what you choose to do with your lives. And that what has probably begun to loom pretty large these days for some of you. What? What next? Yes, there's that thing called a job, or that thing called college, or that thing called college with a job. All are noble, all matter, but here's the question I want you to ponder. You're all adults. How do you now become a part of an adult world that doesn't create an aura in which 15 and 16 and 17-year-olds shoot one another? How do you become a part of an adult world that sanctifies life and makes the daily task of living a sacrament, a vivid and shimmering and phosphorescent sacrament? How? How do you live your life every single day you are on this planet in such a way that no one around you is ever so profoundly alienated that the notion of taking a life, anyone's, including his own, is simply not an option? That's what counts. Not where you start college in September or where you start work next week. Those achievements matter greatly, and you should take great pride in them. There is no question about that. But the fact is, in your life, statistically, you are going to have something astonishing like 11 jobs and 4 career changes. You are going to live, statistically, in at least 2 more states and probably 3. There is a 1 in 2 chance that the first person you marry will not be the last. There's a pretty good chance that when you are a dinosaur like me, you will be in touch with the merest handful of the people with whom you went to college. A handful. Here's a shocker. My freshman year roommate, the person I lived with in very close quarters my first year in college, killed himself. Drove 2 hours from the dormitory to his home one Friday afternoon after classes and took his life. I probably think of him far, far more often than the people I see at my high school reunion or the people I see at my college reunion. What really endures in this world, what really matters, has come to surprise me, and I believe it will come to surprise you too. The small things that we say and do matter infinitely more than we realize. Your words are more powerful than you know, with infinitely greater power to heal and to hurt. As one of you said a moment ago, never lose sight of that. Moreover, please do not lose sight of the fact that you are coming of age in a moment in which the future is not simply a daunting question mark shaped by a modem and a microchip. The past is evaporating, disappearing, especially right here in Vermont. Vermont is changing. It is changing in ways that are astonishing and in a fashion that I believe is as universal as it is idiosyncratic. Imagine, in 1951, we had over 11,000 dairy farms. Now, the state has barely 1,500. My little village, the rural hill town of Lincoln in Addison County, had 45 thriving dairy farms in 1946. Today, there are none. Zip, zero, nada. The last herd in Lincoln went to auction on an appropriately wet and gray December day in 1992. I know. I watched. My little village is also the home to a great many emigres from the counterculture that came of age almost 1 full generation before me and 2 generations before you. Hippies from Middlebury College and the University of Vermont who took their prestigious degrees and retreated to the land, sometimes building log cabins and sometimes building geodesic domes. They married, they had children, they divorced, they remarried. Now they have rebellious teenagers of their own, and they must, as one friend of mine put it to me not too long ago, try and figure out how to grow up and old at the same time. And there are the towers for the cell phones, scarring the scenery and scaring the suburbs, and the towers for new quad chairlifts, and the towers for luxury housing on the Lake Champlain shorefront in Burlington. These are the issues we live with every single day, yet they're not unique to Vermont, New England, or even the Northeast. They are downright ubiquitous. Moreover, they are dramas that involve everyday people, real people, people like you and me and our neighbors. Are they less dramatic than sweeping presidential sagas or stories about asteroids and spies and sinking luxury liners? I hope not. They may be smaller, but they are not necessarily less intense, and you will be a part of them. You may be more instrumental than you can imagine right now. Someday soon, I believe there will be a permanent skate park in Burlington, as there should be. And when it opens, it will be due to the wondrous grassroots lobbying effort of students between the ages of 9 and 19, perhaps some of you here this very moment. I think that is a great story. Moreover, it is a story that is far more emblematic of the potential of young adults than the tragedies that have led the news so often this year. You are about to get your diplomas. You will be taking them into a world that is as fraught with change as it is opportunity, and into a culture that all too often fails to take responsibility for the havoc it has wrought. Make no mistake, this is a beautiful place and a magnificent planet. I cherish Vermont with every cell in my being, and I celebrate the potential of this globe. But when you venture out, as you are about to, remember, your jobs will come and go, your careers will change, your marriages may thrive and they may collapse, but they will inexorably evolve and be transformed, as will you. And so when you step forth in a few moments as graduates and approach the adults around you on a more equal plane than ever before, remember that with your degree comes responsibility. The responsibility to be decent, to be thoughtful, and to be relentlessly, heartfully, unstoppably caring of every single soul around you, the old, the middle-aged, and the young. They need you, as in fact do we all. I thank you, and from the bottom of my heart, I congratulate all of you.
At this time, I would like to recognize the valedictorian and salutatorian of the class of 1999. The valedictorian, Jill Elizabeth Bouillet. And the salutatorian, Jennifer Harvey. Now, the moment you've been waiting for. Mr. Chairman of the Board of Directors, these students have satisfactorily completed the prescribed course of study according to the requirements of the state of Vermont and the Board of School Directors of Champlain Valley Union High School. Therefore, I recommend that they be recognized as graduates of this high school, the class of 1999.
Thank you very much, Val. By virtue of the power invested in this high school and as chairman of its board of directors, I accept your recommendation.
Will the students please come forward to receive your diplomas? Jason Abbey. Brett Aker. Rebecca Lee Alexander Voss. Jenny M. Allen. Jamie Beth Anderson. Brennan Leaf Antel. Tammy J. Atherton. Jennifer Lynn Belargeron. Justin M. Barker. Tyler D. Barlow. Tricia Marie Bean. Libby Mansfield Biner. Michael E. Bertelson. James McLaughlin Bishop. Jesse William Bissonette. Tina M. Blair. Kevin J. Boucher. Jill Elizabeth Bouye. Anna Bramley. Abigail Sue Green. Justin E. Brennan. Sarah Mallory Briggs. Stephen F. Brooks. Carrie L. Brown. Kimberly Lola Brown. Nathan L. Bully. Laura S. Burke. Kenyon Adair Burley. Kyle R. Bouger. Meredith A. Bootsy. Christopher P. Canada. Connor Owen Casey. Daniel G. Kassler. Mark Sinozia. Adam J. Chandler. William Joseph Charbonneau V. Michael J. Chase. Amanda Susan Chudnow. Jessica L. Chaffee. Cameron M. Clark. Amy T. Clough. Jacqueline Ann Coffrin. Timothy J. Collins. Daniel J. Cooley. Rachel Loring Corbett. Travis A. Counter. Strider N. Crown. Jason E. Curry. Catherine E. Danaher. Andy V. DiTilio. Kylie Aaron Dauphin. David M. DeCristo. Sarah E. DeFrancesco. Karner Dittmer. Rebecca M. Dreibelbus. Tammy Elizabeth Dubois. John L. Dutton. Heather Eaton. Tobias N. Abili. Catherine Stephanie Edmondson. Eric G. Angstrom. Ben L. Ewell. Julie A. Fisher. Benjamin P. Fontaine. Carrie G. Fox. Michael D. Friedhoff. Lyndon Armstrong Fry. Argyan B. Fulford. Hannah C. E. Gazda. Mandy L. Gilbo. Corey R. Zhang. Brad S. Giro. Derek A. Giro. Jennifer C. Goodrich. Kelly Teal Guyette. Jeanette Christine Gregor. Amy Gregory. Kyle J. Gilmet. Brent Robert Sturall. Carly L. Hangstrom. Megan Eileen Hall. Jennifer L. Harvey. Britton Baldwin Hazelton. Dustin Hazelton. Melissa Sue Heflin. Justin Henry. Brandon K. Heyer. Emily Rose Hillman. Kevin D. Hurton. Jake Hollenbach. Tara A. Holmberg. Danae Amanda Hurl. Erin Jane Howard. Hannah Marie Howard. Ginger Pearl Irish. Michael J. Irish. Kristen Sarah Iverson. Amber Julia Jimerson. Amber Marie Johnson. Matthew P. Jones. Peter H. Kenlin. Lynn Marie Kenyon. Sarah L. Kenyon Esty. Jonah M. Kessel. Jesse C. McEntee. Lindsay A. Melander. Catherine C. Meyer. Lillian Elaine Morrill. Andrew Morse. Sasha L. Morrow. Skylie J. Morrow. Susan M. Nevius. Justin D. Newton. David A. Null. Erin Eugenie Nunnick. Colin O'Donnell. Morgan W. Page. Tanner D. Palmer. Jessica C. Parent. Sean J. Paya. Miles C. Pellegrino Young. Robert B. Penny. Leo A. Perez. Tracy J. Petherbridge. Ariana E. Pinard. Mary F. Poulin. Maya A. Pouch. Johanna Marie Powden. Catherine M. Powell. Matthew N. Pizarros. Molly J. Rafferty. Laura J. Reed. Chad D. Ravella. Gretchen J. Riggs. Aaron S. Ritchie. Sarah Kate Rohde. Raphael F. Rosen. Jonna Haley Rosenberg. Scott Rosenblum. Eric M. Roy. Eric J. Ruggles. Stephen M. Russell. Alexander Rust. William W. Sanderson. Jennifer L. Sands. Travis Tyler Schmidt. Amy J. Sione. Patrick J. Sherrill. Elizabeth J. Shaw. Timothy James Silman. Aaron Simmers. Liza Simpson. Nathan F. H. Simpson. Mary Annette Seipel. Aubrey Smith. Brad J. Smith. Kevin H. Smith. Casey A. Snay. Amanda J. St. Cyr. James Bentley Stillman III. Lucy J. Stone. Jennifer Lynn Stoll. Erica J. Sunderland. Mimi Superno. Megan E. Zabo. Kristen Lee Tebbets. Todd N. Tatro. Molly C. Tonino. Sarah F. Towers. Anna Marie Trzynski. Jenny A. Tremblay. Abby Turanansky. Brian C. Turner. Sarah Gray Vinci. Timothy P. Voorhees. Jared F. Waite. Michael P. Waite. Ariel H. Wallstein. Ty M. Walentowski. Carolyn T. Wang. Okay. Wendy M. Ward. Amanda Webb LaPlante. Abigail S. Wellman. Karen Nicole Nikki Whalen. David W. Whitaker. Jesse R. Wilhite. Justin K. Williams. Andrea B. Wolfing. Sanjeev Paul Yadav. Deidre B. Yando. Tyler J. Yando. Jessica Yantashka. Ross Yeomans. At this time, the concluding address and farewell address for the class of 1999 will be read by Jennifer Harvey. We would ask that everyone please remain in their stand as the graduates leave, but please leave room for them to exit the tent.
years, we have been given the questions and told that the answers are out there, somewhere, for us to find. But now that we're leaving these walls, the game changes. The questions increasingly become the more important aspect of the equation. The questions are the journeys. They're those paths that we take in the hopes of reaching some far-off discovery. When we arrived here at CVU, one of the first questions we were each asked was, "Who are you?" At the time, we answered quickly, without realizing how incredible that question really is. We thought that the answer was the important part. Now we know it's not. My response to "Who are you?" was simple. "I'm Jen." To me, it made perfect sense, but in itself, that answer was meaningless. The important part was what had brought me to that point of associating all the things I was with my name. It's that unending journey that will always make me wonder things as simple as, what am I going to do today, to things as complex as, what do I believe in? What do I love? Where am I going? In the same way, these diplomas that we've received are the answer, the end result of our 4 years at CVU. But they aren't the classes we've had, the school trips we've taken, the friends we've made. They're merely a symbol for all that we're now leaving and those things that we will take with us forever. In the words of the poet Rilke, be patient toward all that is unsolved in your heart and try to love the questions themselves like locked rooms or like books that are written in a very foreign tongue. Do not now seek the answers which cannot be given to you because you would not be able to live them. And the point is to live everything. Live the questions now. Perhaps then gradually, without noticing it, you will live along some distant day into the answer. To all the teachers and parents who've helped us this far to live the questions, thank you. And to the class of 1999, congratulations and good luck.